For the big story in sports, despite bolstering one of its strongest lineups in recent memory, Gilas Pilipinas was unable to escape with a victory as they faltered late against Lebanon 85-81. It was a strong start for Gilas as they led by as much as 10 points in the first quarter. Turnovers, however, proved to be the problem for the national team as they turned the ball over 21 times. Gilas also had no answer against Wael Arakji, who came through in the most critical of moments. The Asia Cup most valuable player hit the Cedar's last 7 points to frustrate Gilas' payback bid, anchored on the all-around brilliance of Utah Jazz star Jordan Clarkson and Japan B-League stalwart Dwight Ramos. Gilas is now set to return home to play Saudi Arabia on Monday at the Mall of Asia Arena.
And here to talk about Gilas' latest performance against Lebanon, we have with us live via Zoom One Sports correspondent Paolo del Rosario. Good evening. Welcome to the big story, Paolo.
Thank you, Robbie. Thank you, Gretchen. Really appreciate you having me over.
Okay, Paolo, diretso tayo. Your takeaways from the Gilas game against Lebanon.
Alam mo, despite the loss, it was really encouraging considering ito yung unang laro ng Gilas Pilipinas with the current lineup. If I'm not mistaken, wala silang tune-up games. So to play Lebanon, which is arguably one of the better teams in Asia at the moment, and almost beat them, is an encouraging result. Of course, siyempre, sabi natin, we should have won that ball game. We should have won that ball game, but then the 21 turnovers that Gretchen mentioned was key with regards to the loss. But then even despite that stat line, a lot of people would argue that Gilas should have or could have beaten Lebanon on their own home floor.
Yeah, should have, Paolo. And you mentioned the 21 turnovers. Apart from that, what else can they improve on?
Well, right now, it's a lot of it is chemistry based. Kasi a lot of the turnovers that were committed was from really not being familiar with each other. So more time together is what they need in general. But then let's see what else we can work on, because there's so much, there's a lot of shooting to be had. But then we also need to have Coach Reyes work with these players a bit more and get them to their spots, because this is the first time in a very long time he's holding a Scotty Thompson, who's a PBA MVP, a Japat Aguilar, who hasn't been available for Gilas for a very long time. So a lot to work on and a lot to work with for Coach Reyes, and hopefully familiarity with the players that he has right now will get them performing at a better level moving forward, Robbie.
Ay, Paolo, nakatulog ka na ba? Medyo napuyat tayo kagabi, kakapanood, ano?
Siyempre hindi, Gretchen. Nandito nga ako sa PBA, the work never stops.
No, I know it was, one heck of a game for you to call because of Jordan Clarkson. You're a Utah fan, and I'm just curious what you think about the ball movement of Gilas Pilipinas, because last night we also saw they had a difficult time guarding the outside shooters of Lebanon, who had a lot more threes compared to Gilas. And Jordan Clarkson also had a difficult time finding his shot late in the game. So how do we improve on the ball movement?
We seem to be having technical problems.
Oo, sayang. Ako, excited pa naman yun si Paolo kasi talagang yung Twitter kagabi, talagang umuusok kasi actually gusto ko lang ikwento na hindi kami makatulog lahat dahil sa mga alley-oop ni Jordan Clarkson kay Kai Soto. Grabe yung mga dak-dak talaga. Ang laki ng improvement ni Kai.
I mean, I was gonna ask about that. Anong nakita niyo kay Kai Soto? Of course, a lot of eyes on Jordan Clarkson. Alam na natin yan. Pero si Kai Soto was also a big thing.
Kai Soto was, he contributed a lot that you won't see in the stat sheet. His defense inside the paint, I think, was very, very good to stop the bigs of Lebanon. And he grew also in terms of weight, in terms of strength, in terms of speed and agility. Mas maayos siya gumalaw, mas on point. But still, long ways to go in terms of not being pushed around. Ang lalaki rin ng Lebanon, and he kind of struggled. But we'll get back to Paolo because I'd love to know what he thinks about it.
Well, you know what, Gretchen? I heard a few things that you said. This is what I feel. Kasi siyempre, the ball movement will come with time together. We have some of the better breakdown players in terms of one-on-one in Jordan Clarkson. Obviously, Lebanon adjusted very well defending Jordan. Jordan's first half and second half, I don't think was down to fatigue, but more down to the adjustments of Lebanon. We have to give them credit for that. Pero syempre, si Jordan is also discovering who his teammates are, what they can do on the floor, and I have a feeling that once he's more familiar with the Gilas team in general and what they can do, he'll be able to find ways to do even better when adjustments happen right in front of him. So let's see whether or not that will change. Pero syempre, the constant here is that there needs to be more time together with this group because this is a very talented group. And for a first game together, na wala pang tune-up, grabe, it was already something. You mentioned the three-pointers of Lebanon a while ago. That just goes to show that they need to be able to find ways to stop systems, to break systems, rather, offensive systems of opponents, especially of a high quality like Lebanon. That will come with more defensive pieces. We have them in the likes of Jamie Malonzo. We didn't really see much of this news on Scotty Thompson. Once we find ways to get their individual defense all sorted out, it will function better on a team scheme that Coach Chong and, of course, Coach Tim Jones, who's there to help fix defense, is trying to implement.